It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Hey, man, you look bigger. Can I say that?
Oh, you wanted to start it like that, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to give you that compliment.
Thank
because
you.
you have been even a better gym goer than I have been. Like, you're the one telling me, let's go. What time we going?
Yeah, and there's definitely days where I don't want to go, but I just kind of force myself to go because I'm tired or whatever. But I'm pretty dedicated to try and make something out of what I'm doing right now, right? So
yeah.
I have some goals that I'm trying to achieve. I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
You're trying to get that Brad Pitt bod.
Exactly. It's not an overnight process. It is a step thing. So.
Like we went earlier today, and you were like, it wasn't my best workout, but at least I went.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I am tired. You can probably hear it in my voice, and you can probably tell that but I feel good. I have more energy, and I'm eating better.
Dude. You're eating real clean.
It's a whole different thing, brother.
Yeah,
not drinking too much, not smoking too much, not doing anything fun, just doing a lot of salad.
We did have quite a few bears last night, though, and I definitely felt
only
it.
had 2, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah.
I lost count of how many beers I had, and I was so full.
I'm not I've never been a big drinker. I've never been a huge drinker. I mean, and everyone's gonna be like, "What? No, I've seen you drink before, Alex." But like, I will in the moment and in the party when I'm having fun.
Of course.
But like, if someone were to say to me, "Alex, if you can't drink ever again, you'll die if you even look at alcohol again," I'd be like, "Oh, okay,
that's fine. I can go without it."
So it hasn't been too difficult. And and the other thing is, like, it's not even that I don't want to drink alcohol. Yeah. It's that beer in particular. Dude, makes me kind of bloaty.
Beer is a very interesting thing for me. Yeah, because what are you laughing at?
This is just such a long introduction.
Dude, I'm fine. I'll talk about beer. Like, the audience can relate with beer a lot. Y'all drink beer, right? But beer, a refreshing cold beer,
is so good.
So
a nice
good.
crisp light beer, yeah.
But 3 beers in, I'm full, man. Especially if I'm ordering food at the place where I'm drinking the beer.
French fries or heavy beers or something like that. I was at Yard House not too long ago with John Scala. Shout out John Scala.
Oh, that's your Wednesday thing.
It used to be, but I stopped because of all this working out and shit. And it was fun to have, a couple Yard House brews and like some... what did I had the Nashville, the hot sandwich that they do. It's my fucking favorite.
Oh, Melissa had a chicken sandwich from Yard House, and she cannot stop talking about it.
Was it the spicy one?
I think it was the spicy chicken sandwich,
That's the only thing I ordered from there. That's the only thing I ordered.
And I hear it's amazing, dude. And she's a chicken fiend, so her like standards when it comes to pollo, it's high up there, dude.
It must be. Welcome, guys.
Welcome to another episode of ICBTB, also known as It Can't Be That Bad. Just a few things I'd like to throw out there before we continue. For you first-time listeners, if you guys are just tuning in, if you haven't yet, please give us a follow, like, a subscribe, rate and review. It really does help. For you long-time listeners, thank you.
That's right. We are so appreciative.
Yeah, extremely appreciative of all of your guys' suggestions, recommendations, DMs, and love.
It's all coming out.
Yeah.
I'm coming out. All suggestions and things that you guys give to us. We didn't practice this, guys, but we did watch a movie, though.
Yeah, October's coming up.
It is October. By the time this drops, it will be fully into October, guys. Welcome to the month of... the 8th month of the year. If Julius Caesar and fucking his son weren't assholes, this would have been a cool 8th month, but whatever. But
at the end of the month, you're all going to be in costumes, trick-or-treating. Be safe, eat lots of candy.
And check the wrappers, because people put razors, but just kidding. People don't actually do that, put drugs and shit in candies.
No, I've heard some horror stories, but... I
don't believe those stories.
I don't know,
shit,
you found a 9-inch nail in your Butterfinger?
I don't believe that shit. Yeah. Like a razor blade in the fucking Snickers and
How
shit.
do you...
Or people like, they'll lace candy with heroin. I'm like, really? Someone's going to buy heroin and then like not... If a heroin addict is going to buy heroin and then lace candy with it for what? Now I'm sure there are like psycho people who do weird shit like that, but I think it's so rare and so like not a common thing. People are so scared of it that happens. It doesn't happen in Benicia.
No, and I think it's just like, first of all, waste of your money, and like waste of your treasure if you're a heroin addict. Also, a lot of fucking time to lace a Snickers bar.
For what?
For what?
And then wouldn't you want that Snicker, like that heroin? Like, and is that how heroin works? Can you eat heroin and then like I guess it fucks you up somehow?
I have no clue. And then you have to go through the tedious process of trying to put the wrapper back together together
Rewrapping
perfectly.
it?
Yeah, rewrapping it. And like,
Kids will never know.
they'll never know. It looks like a regular Snickers
And then
to
the
me.
parents are always like, let me inspect that candy, and like looking at it and like, oh, that one's open.
For show heroin.
So they got it all the way through, except they forgot to seal it.
Yeah, like what's going on?
No.
Oh,
I think
man.
it's an excuse for parents to look at candy and eat it first.
Dude, get out of town, parents. We know what you got. Yeah, let's
So
talk
it's
about this movie.
So it's October. We're gonna be watching scary movies. This is our first one that we're gonna discuss.
Yeah.
It was a movie that came out in 1993.
Ooh, good year.
It is called Leprechaun.
That's right. Do we want to go straight into the nitty gritty?
Yeah. This movie came out in actually January of 1993.
Uh-huh.
It's rated R. It has a runtime of 91 minutes. It's rated 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb, 23% on the Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
And then the Google percentage users, Christian, how many do you think like this movie?
Dude, I'm not even going to lie. When I was looking up things about this movie 10 minutes prior to this episode, I came across it. It's 81%,
It
dude.
is.
It's 81.
Pretty common number. We see 81% fairly often.
A lot, yeah.
It's that's pretty run of the mill. It's directed by a gentleman named Mark Jones. He's also made the movie Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in space, Leprechaun the Hood, and Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
These are back. He goes back to the hood.
Yeah, Back to the Hood is actually really funny. There's an
you've
episode of
seen
How
it?
Did This Get Made where they talk about it, and it's pretty
Oh
cool.
my gosh, and Ice-T's in these Leprechaun hood films.
We'll get to those.
Oh my gosh. Can I just throw out there that this was the very first film that came out in 1993?
Yeah, it came out January 1st, 1993.
Boom. They tried to beat everyone else.
It's also the very first feature film debut of one Jennifer Aniston.
Yes,
and she looks exactly the same except for her hair.
Yeah, she changes it up a little bit, but dude, her style is impeccable. I like the 90s style. Do you like high-waisted jeans?
No.
She was really?
No.
Why not?
It's momish to me. I've never liked them. I've had girlfriends who've worn them, and I was like, oh, do you like?
But don't
this?
you
And I'm
like moms? You like old women in Walnut Creek, right?
No.
We've had this talk, dude.
Yeah, you say that, but it's not a real thing.
Hey, moms out there. Alex is available, so if you want to throw some responsibility at him, you're.
I am speechless.
I like when you have that face when you're just like, well, I have nothing to say to that.
An evil, sadistic leprechaun goes on a killing rampage in search of his beloved pot of gold. That's the synopsis.
Are you I could read that on the back of a Lucky Charms cereal box.
Lucky Charms actually was contracted to be in this movie, but once they saw the movie, they're like, no, we don't want to be in this movie anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why when he pulls out a box of Lucky Charms, it's like a weird knockoff brand.
Yeah.
And also why one of the last lines is, spoilers, fuck you, Lucky Charms.
And like he also eats it and hates it.
Yeah, that was weird too. Because he eats a bug, and the leprechaun eats a bug and is fine with it.
Yeah,
this
weird
movie
taste
had a
buds.
budget of just under $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah. How much do you think it made?
I think I also came across this. Tell me if I'm wrong and if I just read something that was false. $9 million.
That's close. That's a rounding up. I saw a more precise number of 8.6 million.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
we'll give
pretty
it to you. Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Do you know less than 100,000 copies of this VHS when it came out have been sold?
I believe it did. And I know this movie has like a cult following, but I don't understand why.
Really?
I don't get it, dude.
I completely get it.
To me, it kind of missed the mark of funny and scary. It was just like all around frustrating. And to me, a frustrating movie just frustrates.
Wow, I can imagine you watching this and just being super upset. I was actually very surprised. I went into this movie thinking, oh, this is going to be a piece of crap. The acting is going to be absolutely terrible.
No, everybody was for sure in it. Like, everybody believed what they were doing.
Yeah.
It was just like the people. It's the characters that I have a problem with, not the acting
It's the
or
writing
the
of the
movie.
characters.
It's like, oh my God. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Yes, let's do it.
So the movie opens with a guy, Dan O'Grady or something like that.
Yeah, some Irish
He
dude.
steals 100 gold coins from a leprechaun. We don't see him steal the coins.
No.
I wish we did, though, because that's a part of the movie
That
that I
would've been
wish we would have
exciting,
seen.
because it just opens up with him coming up to his house, coming up to his wife.
Well, first it opens with the leprechaun sitting with his gold, sitting there and being like, "I hope no one takes me gold." And then
that's
like,
right.
and then it cuts to him in. They don't say where they are, but they're clearly in America. I think.
It's like in the middle of butt fuck nowhere.
They say it's later on. It's like North Dakota or something like that.
Okay, butt fuck nowhere.
But so this Irishman comes in and he's like, "Oh, I got this gold."
Gosh.
And then immediately the leprechaun shows up and kills his wife.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my
and
gosh.
we think kills him.
Yeah.
Right? Like he has a heart attack and falls down, and then it cuts to Jennifer Aniston now. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, well, why don't we just go talk to Dan O'Grady? And you're like, wait, what the fuck? He's alive?
Can I say that the first 10 minutes of the film where he attacks Dan O'Grady and his wife, the leprechaun wasn't that violent. He scares the wife.
He's kind of cute.
He's
like playing with them.
Yeah, and she clumsily falls down the basement stairs.
Snaps her neck.
That's not really a kill. That's, you know.
But he's clearly, well, that's a way to murder people. That's a bad way.
Yeah, but in the in the
eyes of the law
of a horror film, dude.
You know, I'm not the horror expert. I don't like horror films. Let's get that out right now.
Guys, Alex despises horror films. He took a deep breath. He was like, I guess we got to do horror films for October, huh, Christian?
The only reason why I agreed to is because I know this means I get to do a month of Christmas films in December.
I'm so excited, actually, dude.
I fucking love Christmas. We may even do a Christmas in July, too.
Yeah, you guys will get it for sure. So we thought Dan O'Grady dies in the first 10 minutes because somehow from the crate in which the leprechaun was stuck
it's for sure the fumes of the gasoline. So let me get this out here for you guys real quick.
Okay.
He traps the leprechaun in a crate, and he wants to kill the leprechaun, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember how he does it? Can you explain how he does that?
So he gets, for some reason, Dan O'Grady has a 4-leaf clover with him, and he puts the leprechaun in this crate and puts the 4-leaf clover on the crate.
So the 4-leaf clover is like leprechaun kryptonite then?
Basically, yeah.
And did he know the leprechaun was coming? Because did he prepare? He was like, oh, I better put this in my pocket just in case.
Or maybe he's just that Irish. He just has it on deck. Or maybe he just knows leprechaun.
So he puts it on, and then he starts dousing it in gasoline.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's going to light it on fire. Word to the wise. If you are going to burn something, do not use gasoline. Gasoline burns by the vapors. So when you pour gasoline on something like a car or a box or the floor and you light it on fire, what's going to happen is the gas is going to spread out, the vapors are going to release into the air, and it's not going to light. In fact, the liquid is probably going to be so wet, for lack of a better term, it'll probably put the match out.
Oh,
if you want to burn shit, use kerosene. When kerosene catches on fire, the liquid ignites, and that will burn. So if you have to burn a car or a business or something like that, use kerosene, not gasoline.
Were you a pyromaniac growing up?
No, I read the book that The Goodfellas is based on. And do you remember the scene where young Henry Hill is breaking the taxis and throwing?
Yeah.
In the book, they spend half a chapter explaining why you should use kerosene and not gasoline.
Wow, really got into detail with that.
And
that's cool.
And I think it's funny because in the movie they don't even
No, they skip that.
It's
a fucking movie.
It's just him throwing fire in there. But in the book, they literally spend half a chapter. It reminded.
That's so cool.
Weird tangent. It reminded me of the James Bond book, Casino Royale, where they spend 4 chapters explaining Baccarat. I still don't know how to play it. But
you got to read the 4 chapters again and again.
Still don't understand. Anyways, Leprechaun. This movie was in '93, and Jennifer Aniston is playing a young rich girl who, for whatever reason, has to live with her dad.
She's essentially Rachel from Friends still.
She is, but the dad that she has is broke. Why is the dad broke, but she has money?
That makes no sense. Why are they going to this beat down house?
He says he bought it real cheap. But that doesn't explain it.
No.
They have so many throwaway lines that don't explain anything. Her first line. Do you remember Jennifer Aniston's first line?
Can we? I don't know, something along the lines of can we go back home or something?
Dad,
like that?
I'm still depressed, and she says it so cheerfully.
Yeah, it was confusing. It was
I am so depressed.
It was a drone shot of them on the road.
Helicopter shot. It
was a helicopter. Oh yeah, they didn't have drones back then. Shout out helicopters, but. Don't give me that look.
She has a dope red cell phone.
Yeah,
I didn't know cell phones came in different colors back then.
Wow, I would have been super down to have that.
If she would have pulled that out, I would have been like, what?
That's cool. Can I trade in my iPhone XR for that?
Never. They pull up to this dilapidated house that their dad bought. And she knows that this is a weird, creepy place. She wants no part of it. There's spiders and cobwebs and everything all over the place. It's
disgusting, dude.
So she's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go to the hotel. She bumps into...
Oh, Nathan. The one of a painter who has this company. And do you remember the name of the company?
3 Guys Painting or three
Guys that paint.
3 Guys that paint. I did see that.
Painted onto the truck that they have.
And it's Nathan, Ozzy, and Alex.
And let's talk about these characters.
Okay.
Nathan first of all, he's
is a hunk
Yeah, he's
certified
sleeveless.
beefcake.
Yeah, this he's big.
And a painter.
Uh-huh.
His brother, are they all brothers?
I have no clue. I don't think they ever explained their
There's
relationships.
a young boy. His name is Alex.
And for his age, he's extremely intelligent.
I believe he's a 40-year-old man.
Pretty much. He had one of my favorite lines that he says over and over again whenever the truck's not working, when they need it to work, is like,
the distributor cap.
Oh, there's the distributor cap. And he opens the hood and we don't know what the fuck he's doing with the distributor cap.
He just shimmies it.
And it works.
Because we watch him do it. He just shimmies it. And then he like gets back and then the car starts.
Let's
get into that real quick. Let's get into that real quick.
Okay, let's talk about it.
And we're going to be jumping a little bit back and forth from the beginning.
I'm fine with that.
In the beginning of the movie, they get in that truck, and the truck is a hunk of garbage. It's a jalopy. And it doesn't start, and he's like, do the thing, Alex. First of all, everyone thinks Alex knows everything, and they have to run everything by him. They have to make sure he's cool with it. And when they can't figure something out, they just go, fuck it, Alex can figure it out.
He's the fucking captain, dude.
I heard that shit like a nobody's business. Everyone's like, oh, just fucking have Alex do it. Have Alex do all the hard shit. We'll get to that later. Anyways.
Wow, real riled up, dude.
Alex hops out of the car, opens the hood of the truck, jimmies the fucking distributor cap, which I don't think he was shimmying the distributor cap if I know cars like I think I do. I don't know cars.
Let's try it.
Gets back in the truck, starts no problem. They take off and leave.
What the fuck?
It took 2 seconds for him to get out, shimmy the thing, and get back in the car. Later in the movie, they're being chased by the leprechaun, and the car doesn't start, and he has to go out there and jimmy the truck.
The distributor cap.
Suddenly, he cannot do it fast enough. Like, it takes forever for him to get out of the car, open the hood, and when he opens the hood, guess who's in the engine bay?
Fucking Warwick
the
Davis.
Leprechaun hops out, and it has the distributor cap in his mouth.
It's so ridiculous.
Alex then jumps into the cabin of the truck. Instead of saying, everybody, get the fuck out of the truck, there's a leprechaun in the hood. He gets into, and then the leprechaun is attacking them in the car. It's fucking ridiculous. Alex pissed me off to no end.
You must be very pissed off that you share the same name with him.
It was a weird dichotomy because I didn't like it, but he was kind of funny and
yeah, he had his moments.
He had some good. It's the other brother,
Ozzy. If they're even brothers.
Ozzy is a big, slow gentleman.
He's like Lenny, but a bit smarter.
He's extremely smart.
Yeah.
Let me get this out of the way right now. This movie posits that Ozzy is the dumbest dumb shit in all of time.
But he's not.
He's actually the only one in this movie who does the right thing.
Yeah. He's pretty articulate. And what I like about that actor is that he's not playing dumb in a very hack way. You know, he's not like, he's fucking stupid.
Everyone thinks he's hella dumb, but he's not. At one point, I think everyone else is really stupid, right? He's the first to see the leprechaun when it bursts out of the crate, and no one believes him.
No one at all. He has
quite a bit of proof. Even after they find the gold coins, people still don't believe that he saw a leprechaun.
Yeah.
And then they see the leprechaun, and they still don't believe that they saw a leprechaun.
That's not a leprechaun.
It's just like, how much more? Like, why don't you believe Ozzy?
How much more evidence?
Why don't you believe Ozzy?
Is it just because oh my gosh. And like, it was actually very endearing. There was like one part where like Alex and Ozzy, when they find the gold coins, and like Alex is like, we gotta save up. And you're like, save up for what? For your brain surgery.
No, for your operation.
Oh, your operation.
He goes, for your operation. And Ozzy goes, what operation?
The operation to fix your brain so that you could be smart.
He goes, I'm not smart? Real quick, let's break this down for a second. Ozzy is now just here. So for the first time in his life, he's now figuring out that he's not as smart as everybody else. He never even
people are
thought
talking
about
behind
it.
his back.
People think he's stupid. People are making fun of him. And that there's an operation. And even he goes, I don't think that'll work. And Alex is like, we'll get you that operation, buddy.
Wow.
And he then walks away and like moves on like it's nothing. And even he's like, I don't think I need. So now Ozzy is going to be thinking that he needs an operation. That's like questioning. That's such a crazy fucking thing to make a sane person do. That's how you make somebody crazy and insane.
Alex is so mean for bringing that up. Let Ozzy be happy. He's
Alex,
a happy kid.
who is an idiot, they find the coins in this rusted out old car. This car has like grass growing in the wheel beds.
Disgusting.
It's literally a rust bucket. Alex's first line when he sees that car is, let's hotwire it.
Yeah, what? Dude, it's not working. It's been like a decade.
And Ozzy, who's not an asshole, doesn't say, you fucking retard. No, that's not what we're going to do. Ozzy goes, if the battery even works. Ozzy is so smart that he understands that that has to depend on the battery.
The only stupid thing that Ozzy does throughout the entire film is swallow a coin.
And even that wasn't that stupid because I've done that.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that.
I was a kid, I swallowed a penny. What are you going to do?
What was the story? No, what do you mean? You can't just like say the story short and sweet
like
that.
No, it is. In cartoons, they always talk about eating pennies. And like I used to watch Laurel and Hardy films as a kid.
What cartoons do kids eat pennies? I've seen like cartoons like SpongeBob where he gets like a quarter for selling bubbles.
For sure I've seen that,
He bends it, which you shouldn't do either. But
I don't know. I do also remember that being the day that I was trying to stick pennies in my nose.
Oh my gosh! All on the same day, you're just trying to stuff it in every orifice.
Not every orifice, just my nose and my mouth.
Just your face orifices.
That's about it. No, that's about it. That's all I got.
Story?
That's all. I really can't tell you much more because I don't remember. I was a child.
That's a long time ago. But
fuck Alex. That's one of my notes here. That guy Alex, dude, is such a dick to fucking Ozzy.
He's mean.
There's a point where Ozzy is really scared of the leprechaun, and no one believes him, and no one thinks that he's because he tells stories about aliens and shit like that. When he calls the police don't believe him. Nobody fucking believes Ozzy.
No, not at all. And it's freaking because the police, they know him as like, oh, it's just Ozzy.
Dumb
Apparently there's
Ozzy.
a leprechaun.
I do think his worst acting was when Warwick Davis bites his ear and like he's bleeding and he's like looking around. And afterwards he's just like in shock and he just goes, my ear.
Yeah, like I would be screaming at the top of my lungs if that happened to me.
The leprechaun is searching for his gold in the house. Right? When he first breaks out and he's searching through this kitchen of this abandoned house.
Yes.
This kitchen is fully stocked.
Yeah,
it has
all of the
everything.
Utensils, cereal that still looks like
the
it's been
refrigerator
untouched.
is completely full of food.
Yeah,
there's ice in the freezer.
It's working. It's ready to go. It's been untouched for 10 years and has everything. And this leprechaun's so weird because he gets distracted with shoes. So when when Jennifer Aniston comes back and
they're
when
like throwing shoes to distract him.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta stop killing you
gotta,
because I gotta clean this." He's like, "Oh."
It's a really weird tell that he has that he has to go play with the shoes.
Apparently, when this movie was being made, they were kind of like in this gray zone, like how much horror do we want to incorporate, how much comedy do we want to incorporate into, because it is like foundationally a silly idea, killer leprechaun. And then it was like later on into the film they had to change it to rated R because they wanted to make it gruesome. Which, speaking of which, I made a list of all of the kills in this movie, let's break these down. So first kill, we talked about it. Lady, Mrs. O'Grady, falls down the basement steps. Her husband has a heart attack. Do you remember? He was trying to burn it, and before he could get the gasoline.
Dan O'Grady. I do remember that. We just spoke about that quite a bit.
And then shop owner dies from a pogo stick.
Yes, that was fucking crazy
kill.
And he has like a bad one-off line too when he's killing them.
Dude, do you remember?
I don't.
Yeah, but like even then, a reason why I like this film is like extras like that.
Those are the only 3 kills.
No, I'll break. No, there are more.
Keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Let's say your point and then keep going.
So I like the shop owner. He wasn't a bad actor in comparison to other horror films that I've seen. The worst actor in this film, I think, was the cop that dies, which brings me to my next kill. Highway patrolman is grabbed by the face, chased into the woods, and then he's like hiding and he thinks he's safe. Leprechaun comes from above him, snaps his neck with his legs.
Style, dude.
Crazy. This guy, Warwick Davis, the leprechaun, has some guerrilla warfare skills.
He's straight up. Yeah, he's got some tactics too.
Apparently, it took more than 3 hours to get all of that makeup on Warwick Davis.
I believe it, dude.
Yeah.
I believe it. I know Warwick Davis. How do you know him best?
He was the Ewok. He plays not only the Ewok, but he plays so many characters in the Star Wars movies. If you just Google Warwick Davis characters, folks, you'll see a plethora of characters that he plays.
That's one of the reasons why George Lucas got a special thanks in the credits of this movie.
Because he was under contract for Star Wars.
I know Warwick Davis from season 3 of An Idiot Abroad.
Oh.
Where he goes with Carl Pilkington and they like travel the world. And it's pretty funny. Because in like season 1, I think Carl Pilkington makes a joke about how he would like to have a small midget as a friend because he can like keep him on his knee. And so in season 3, Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant are like, we got you a midget. And it's Warwick Davis comes out. And
dude, I want to see Warwick Davis and Peter Dinklage in a movie.
I think they have.
Really? You're not messing with me, are you? I'm down to watch that, whatever it is.
Not to be a dick, how many short people are there in the acting business?
Them two and Mini-Me. That's what I'm thinking.
Vernon Davis. Vernon Troyer.
Yeah, Vern Troyer. That's what it is. Yeah,
Vernon Davis is a tight end.
Wow.
I mean, a football player. Ozzy is the smartest out of all of them. I say that constantly. When he calls the police and they don't believe him, he's telling them, there's a leprechaun attacking us.
Yeah.
Don't just come on your own. Bring the army. Bring the Navy. Bring everybody. It's crazy.
Yes.
Then people make fun of him for it. Even when he goes out and tells Jennifer Aniston, "Oh, I just called the police," and she says, "Did you tell them it was a leprechaun?" "Yeah, I did. I told them to bring the army and the navy." And she's like, "Oh, fuck you, Ozzy. Why would you do that?" No. Did you see what that leprechaun just did? That's exactly what he should have done. They need to bring some fucking firepower to bring down this fucking leprechaun.
Yeah, can magically teleport anywhere.
Which was a weird trait. If he can teleport anywhere, why didn't he teleport out of the crate?
If he could teleport everywhere, how come he's like on a fucking tricycle? How come he has this small car?
Two small cars.
He builds these tiny cars.
He's not just a shoemaker. He is a master mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay. He built a forklift that is 2 feet off the ground that flips a full size truck multiple times.
Yeah.
With people in it.
This guy has a wide skill set. Dude, why are you trying to get these gold coins?
He can make so much money without the gold coins.
Yeah, you could get a bunch of different freaking jobs.
He is a genius.
Yeah, I'll hire you, man. Just don't kill me.
Why is it that everyone didn't... Why didn't they just all gang up and kill the leprechaun when they had him on the ground? Like, multiple times, they had the leprechaun in a place where they could just, like, go up to him with the shotgun and blow his brains out.
Which is pissed off. There's that one scene where they're fighting him outside the house,
and he's like, "Go get my shotgun!"
Yeah,
and Alex comes, doesn't shoot him, falls, hands him the shotgun. Then he hits him with the butt of the shotgun instead of blowing his fucking brains out the back of his skull with a, because that shotgun was shooting slugs because it wasn't spreading. Every time they shot him with it, he was getting hit with a fat fucking bullet.
Yeah,
okay,
that's all.
Later, at one point in the movie, Alex is sitting with Ozzy, and he's like, "I know how to kill the leprechaun. I'll just put a .357 Magnum to his skull."
Yeah, he says it. This guy's trying to flex.
Everywhere, blah 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 blah, and it's just like, okay, Alex, you had a chance to do that. You had a chance to do that.
Dude, Nathan's not even good at when Nathan was unleashing on that bush that they thought the leprechaun was in.
Waste of shots.
Boom, 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 boom. They didn't even check to see if the leprechaun was in there because of course the leprechaun's not there. But we like this film.
Yeah, we did. I do want to make one more point because one thing that I didn't understand was it takes place in one night, right? So the first thing that happens is Jennifer Aniston gets scratched by the leprechaun, and they're like, "Oh shit, a cat scratched you. Let's get you to the hospital just in case to make sure you're okay." Then there's cats like they think the cat's in a hole, which is a stupid horror movie trope where they're just like sticks his hand in an unknown hole.
And of course we know he's going to get fucked up.
Well, what happens?
The quote-unquote cat, obviously the leprechaun, bites him, tears his arm apart.
No, it's just one little bite on it.
It's a pretty gruesome bite.
A pretty bad bite.
It's a pretty bad bite. And enough for him to go to the ER and never show up for the rest of the film.
And so that night they go back home and Jennifer Aniston is like, "I'm out of here. I'm leaving." And she goes outside and makes a point to say, "It's too dark out there." Like, it's so dark that she couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Then the rest of the movie that takes place outside, it is like middle of the day brightness.
It's inconsistent.
So
dude.
bright outside.
What's going on?
There's lights on.
Yeah.
It's like very clear. You can see everything that's going on. Everything has some things have a green light. Like there's a patch of clovers that has a perfect green light.
Yeah.
The well has a green light.
You can see everything. It's not the most
it's
sketch
not
place
the
that I've seen.
darkest thing. No. Why did you think it was so dark that she couldn't leave? She definitely could have gotten in the car and left.
I have no clue, dude. Right, and before that, one of the funniest lines that I heard in this movie was when Jennifer Aniston was like next to the painter's truck, and Nathan goes somewhere to get paint.
She thinks it's him like caressing her leg.
Yeah, the leprechaun is like underneath the truck caressing her leg, getting ready to fucking pounce, and she's like, "Nathan, stop, Nathan!" And
why would he be that low?
Yeah,
caressing her leg.
And they just met, like Jennifer Aniston, like
horny.
Wow, you haven't gotten some in a long time. Bad. Yeah, and then she goes, she freaks out because she notices it's the leprechaun. She gets a scratch on her leg, and then she runs to Nathan and she runs to her dad, and like she's saying like, "Oh, I thought it was Nathan caressing my leg," and Nathan's like, "You'd let me do that?" And like she's like, "Well, I know what a guy's caressing feels like."
And like, you know what that feels like.
And it's pretty funny.
One of my favorite lines by Jennifer Aniston is when they're going out looking for the leprechaun, and Nathan's in front of the pack, and then he turns around, and all three of them are like kind of like stacked up behind each other. Yeah. She turns and she goes, "We're all like really scared."
It's a Scooby-Doo moment, man. They're their entire the mystery gang.
The leprechaun looks good.
Yes, that's why it takes a lot of time to put the makeup on.
It's weird because they do make a point of being like, he's like, people are like, what the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm a fucking leprechaun.
Yeah.
Duh. He's like, look at the buckles on my shoes and on my hat. And it's like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Besides also the fact that you're 2 feet tall and green.
Yeah, there are so many. Other than your entire physicality.
The buckles are the last thing that make you a leprechaun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the buckles are like the least amount of leprechaun.
That's what you're going to point out?
He's
Dude,
like,
that's
I'm
a leprechaun.
Look at my fucking buckles.
Yeah, have you seen a cereal box?
I wonder if when Ozzy came out of the basement and would have been like, I just saw a leprechaun with buckles on his shoes, they'd all be like, buckle on his shoes?
Buckles? For sure,
okay,
a leprechaun.
Let's go get the fucking
but
cops.
He came out and he was like, I just saw a leprechaun. Describe him. 2 feet tall.
A leprechaun. Green.
Green.
Like, yeah, right.
Irish accent.
Oh, was he looking for his pot of gold too? And he'd be like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Really funny stuff, dude. But... apparently there are a lot of things that I've read up on this. One interesting thing in the hospital when Jennifer Aniston goes to check in on O'Grady, right? Because he's apparently alive.
Oh yes.
When she's running in the hallway after she notices that Warwick Davis is in a wheelchair,
it had taken the spot of O'Grady. Right, she thinks she's talking to O'Grady, and he turns around, and surprise, surprise, it's the fucking leprechaun in costume.
She had to run in slow motion for that because
really,
yeah, so they could speed it up for Warwick Davis because Warwick Davis was having trouble. Moving on the wheelchair.
Watching him do that because he had also just rollerbladed to the hospital.
Yeah, this guy's always on wheels.
This is also after the skateboard gag where he goes back and forth through the hallway 6 times on a skateboard.
That's a British comedy type thing.
And the guy can't shoot him with the shotgun.
He'll
4 feet away. He's
2
passing by slowly on a skateboard, laying down.
This guy sucks at carnival games for sure.
She's getting chased by that wheelchair, and I was thinking to myself, wow, Warwick Davis must be very, very strong in his shoulders because a wheelchair like that is hard. You ever like been in the hospital and like there's a wheelchair there and you're just like sitting in the wheelchair like fucking around?
You're like, oh my god, this is difficult actually.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Then you kind of like practice it a little bit. You're like, damn, I could see why the people who do like the Special Olympics and they do the handicap,
like basketball and wheelchairs.
Yeah, they're delts, they're traps,
ripped,
they're
dude.
lats,
because that's
backs.
You walking, man. That's how you get from here to there.
Imagine how big your thighs are. That's their shoulders,
dude. And I used to be fat. We all know this. That's why I had thunder thighs before even working out, because I had to carry this whole lump of lard around.
Lard lump.
Lard
Did you have a best person on set award?
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to go to Warwick Davis's makeup artist, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, because Warwick Davis, fantastic actor. Obviously, that would have been an easy out. Just choose the leprechaun. But the makeup artist, he looked good, especially for the time that it was made and 3 hours of putting makeup on. Warwick Davis has to sit still, and that's difficult. But to actually do it for 3 hours straight, hey, boy or gal, makeup artist, you're killing it. How about you, dude?
I think my best person on set award is Jennifer Aniston.
Dude, man,
Acting Up a Storm.
She
First
did really
feature
good.
film debut.
She was really believable.
She is already doing the Jennifer Aniston character.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
How she reacts to everything, playing dumb sometimes.
Already doing Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
So very good on her for keeping up with her shtick.
Yep.
And doing it right and not letting it get stale over time.
And she's
looks
been acting
really
for 20-some
good
years now.
too, 26 man. Years.
Yeah, and she looks exactly the same. Our first episode was Murder Mystery, and she still looked good, dude. She's like 48, 49 now.
And this is our last episode. Thanks, Jennifer Aniston.
Guys.
It was a fun ride while it lasted.
Right. Don't do it. Don't shoot me. Don't, Alex, I have so much to live for. Audience, before I go, if you could just please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
5 stars only. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anything less than that, get out of town, dude. But
get out of town and
folks,
then do a review.
Happy October.
Happy October, guys. We'll be doing releases of horror films every Friday in October.
Yep.
So look out for ICBTB Tuesdays at midnight and Fridays at midnight.
Yeah, you said it right.
All right.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Boop.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.